Friends, Atmanirbharata is self-sufficiency. Now it succeeds when entrepreneurship is spurred by the right action, creativity and innovation. Its five pillars: economy, infrastructure, system, democracy and demand. They all seek mildness, they seek temperance and liberty in thoughts. It cannot be achieved unless we understand the tenets on which they stand, or what on which Atmanirbharata stands. So friends, let this Saturday we will understand or try to understand what Atmanirbharata is. Sarvam paravasham dukkham. Anything that is in the control of others will fetch us only pain. Sarvam atmavasham sukham. Something that is in our control will always get us happiness. Now that is Atmanirbharata, self-reliance. Globalization is how trade and technology transform the world into a more connected and interdependent place. Whether it is economic or political or cultural globalization, it captures the economic and social changes that come about within the society. Whereas it is built on ideas, knowledge, information, goods and services around the world, in business, it integrates economics marked by free trade and free flow of capital amongst various countries. Globalization by definition must allow easy access to foreign resources and their labor markets. So returns are maximized. Are Atmanirbharata and globalization antithetical to each other? Atmanirbharata is a neo-globalization perspective, differing greatly from what we understand about anti-globalization. We have been a consumer market for many years now. In the past and probably in the future as well, as we are today. Britishers who ruled at that time saw to it that we did not reap the benefits of industrial revolution. Though we were a part of a large trade that happened with the world. Post 1991, we became a part of the globalization process, which allowed several multinationals to set base in India. Though we adopted the best practices brought by them, the local companies were hard-pressed to match the quality and compete with no matching inputs. They only, ended up cutting the costs and corners as well to stay competitive. In the process, our research potential was effectively laid to rest. Catching up meant a slow, degradation of our strengths, be it in agriculture, traditional manufacturing, metalworking, or textiles. Defense is an area where we import almost 80% of our requirements. Globalization rendered us dependent on world trade. Though the World Trade Organization, WTO as we know, an intergovernmental organization, was expected to regulate and facilitate the international trade, it has never been fair to the developing nations. What must countries like India do? Atmanirbharata, or self-sustenance, is the answer. Self-reliance is the answer. This is not perfectionism, but a means of ensuring a level playing field that WTO should have ensured. Atmanirbharata, apart from adding to the economy, will create new employment opportunities as well. It will create new employment markets for the local population. That Make in India initiative covers most sectors like pharmaceuticals, medical devices, aerospace, defense, biotechnology, capital goods, automotive, auto components, textiles, apparels, electronic systems, their design, manufacturing, leather, footwear, chemicals, and petrochemicals, and even food processing, shipping, railways, gems, jewelry, new and renewable, energy, and construction. These are all, boost systems or boosting units for Atmanirbharata. That massive work is seen to be done in various sectors is very, very welcome. The current government is on the right path on all the, requirements to be truly Atmanirbhar. The entire system is now geared up to change from creating jobs to creating job creators. However, a lot will depend and a lot will need to be done in terms of investments in research that drives Atmanirbharata. Whereas China spends almost $300 billion in research, India spends just about $15 billion. That is 2.1% of its GDP to 0.6% of our GDP. Only 26 Indian companies as compared to 300 of China are amongst the top 2,500 R&D companies in the entire world. According to Nature Index, Rising Stars, 51 of the top 100 universities, with improved research are all from China, none from India. Almost all our R&D spend is by Government of India, nothing from states, and very, very negligible from the private sector. A lot should have been expected from them, but that's not the story. Now, on research impact or H index, we score 12.6 against China's 39.2. We publish less and impact even lesser. We must take a leaf out of the Japanese spirit. Post the Holocaust, they spent time and money on research, building their own superior products, which eventually threatened the American markets. With its 12.65 crore population, Japan clocks a GDP of 5 lakh crores, almost 60% as high as ours. Even as it is almost 1/10 the size of our population. The limited point here is, that we need to create intellectual property, build products, create entrepreneurs and newer heroes. Unless we look to that investment, we will remain mute spectators, witnesses to the erosion of our demographic capital under our muffled trade and hide our own failure to expand our product markets. In the long term, we must build our internal strengths. It isn't just building new businesses or running them more efficiently. It is the old-fashioned basics of self-reliance, self-motivation, self-reinforcement, self-discipline, and self-command. All tenets of Atmanirbharata. We need Atmanirbharata for ourselves and our nation. With that, friends, I end this Saturday's episode, and I hope you liked it, you all liked it, and would believe that you will converse with me on this subject at some point of time. Till I return the next Saturday with another episode. I remain for now. Thank you, Dhanyavad, and Namaskar.